All right, and welcome. More PGL Bucharest minor Chinese qualifiers for you, and we are ready to go here. Keen Gaming versus EHOME, once known as EHOME Keen, back ways back ago. Those were the days. But seriously, Keen Gaming against EHOME should be a pretty good series. Get a little bit of that wings feel that you so desperately want. And this is with Ego, ASD, Faith Beyond, Jiang, and Y. I believe that's Jiang. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, it is. Okay. And then for Keen Gaming, it's Yi, Kaka, Dark, Old Chicken, and Old 11. I think I was just told that I used to call him Dash, but Dash is the Chinese symbol for the number 1, which is pronounced Yi. Kind of like E, but E, like a Y-I, kind of E. It's hard to explain. I don't know, but that's what I was told. So I'm going to stick with that. Call him E. Try and get that out. I'm sorry if my pronunciation's bad. Like I said, I do want to learn Mandarin and get better at this, because I do think, with the fact that I cover so much Chinese Dota, I should be able to do this. And I've definitely tried with players such as GGG, who I'm also being told that is actually GGG instead of GGG. But I'm not totally sure. I don't know. But let's get into the draft. Let's talk about the draft. We've got Shadow Shaman banned out with Undying Naga, Anti-Mage, Monkey King for Keen Gaming, Phantom Assassin, Sand King, Rubik, Beastmaster, Razor by EHOME. And then for the 3 picks for both sides, excuse me as I get hiccups, it's Elder Titan, Faceless Void, Tusk for Keen Gaming, and then EHOME go to Magnus, Lion, Kunkka, and that should be a Faith Beyond, Magnus, a ASD, Kunkka, and then maybe a Jiang Lion. Although it could be a Y Lion anyway, or an Innocence Lion anyway. But for Keen Gaming, it should be Old Chicken on the Void, maybe Old 11 on the Elder Titan. We'll see if that's going to be Kaka on the Elder Titan, or Dark on the Elder Titan, maybe Kaka on the Tusk, or Dark on the Tusk. It'll be interesting to see where they put this lineup, and if they want to go with like an off-lane Elder Titan, which isn't normally the case, but I know it's a thing. Radiant's turn to pick. But, ooh, 4th pick, Ego Terrorblade, and now Lone Druid coming out for Keen Gaming. Interestingly enough, to get this Lone Druid, Tusk, Faceless Void, Elder Titan, and with the tag team of the Tusk, it'll be interesting to see how this all works out for Keen Gaming. Last ban of the Zeus. As they're still, I believe, looking for a mid for Yi. And then EHOME are looking for a mid for, possibly looking for a mid for ASD, if they want to go with something like the Kunkka played by a Y. But I'm not sure if they want to do that. They might need still a 4 position. They could go Kunkka, Terrorblade, Safe Lane, Magnus, 3 line 5, and need a 4. But they could always throw the Kunkka 5 line 4, or something of the sort. Kunkka 4 line 5, Terrorblade, Safe Lane, Magnus, off lane. Because if they go with the Kunkka mid, Shadow Shaman is still available, and Shadow Shaman Magnus lane is pretty devastating as well. You've got the second highest base damage there with the Empower of this Magnus. So it's going to be interesting to see what these last picks are for both sides, considering EHOME's got the final pick. I'm still interested to see what happens with Keen Gaming as well. It doesn't make sense to me, the way that they just GG'd out on that game. Like, I do wonder if Keen Gaming got told that they would get a penalty or something. I mean, this is DPC, so it's a bit more important than ESL.
Dyer's turn to pick. Pugna.
They go Pugna. So Pugna for ye. E. So pretty good mid here. I really do like him for Keen Gaming. I like Keen Gaming's lineup. They always just seem to underperform when it comes down to it. And it's disappointing, honestly.
5 seconds remaining.
So let's see what EHOME are willing to do. If they're looking for a mid, I mean, they could always throw TB mid and go super greed with something else. Anti-Mage getting banned early gave me a hint that it could have been Pugna for the Keen Gaming, for the side of Keen Gaming. No, Shadow Shaman's been banned. No wonder. I'm such an idiot. I should have seen that. I actually didn't see it. I only saw the Undying and then everything below it. Let's see. We've got Jug still here. Troll is decent, but I don't think that's the call. And they go Bruce, so they could throw Magnus mid. And that's what they'll do. And throw Faith Beyond on the Brew, Y on the Lion, and Jiang on the Kunkka. As for Keen Gaming, it's Dark on the Elder Titan, Old Chicken on the Faceless Void, with an off-lane Lone Druid. Kaka on the Tusk, Yi on the Pugna. So, Brewmaster, Terrorblade, Kunkka, Lion, Magnus against Pugna, Lone Druid, Tusk, Void, Elder Titan. I do like the EHOME lineup. It's got decent lockdown here with RP, Earthspike, Hex, X, Torrent, as well as the Cyclone and the Rock, the Boulder Toss from the Brewmaster split. And then for Keen Gaming, Shard, Snowball, Stomp, Root Possibilities, Chronosphere, and that's it. Unless I'm forgetting something.
Prepare for battle.
So this is game one of the second best of three. There's still a best of three yet to come. The winner of this best of three plays Team Root coming up next. With E going into the mid lane on this Pugna against the Magnus. We'll see how ASD does. Early Shockwave, wouldn't be surprised to see most of the points going to Shockwave. But what we usually see is like a 1-3-1 from the Magnus when they're in the side lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Faith Beyond taking, at least for now, a home in the safe lane with Ego going over towards bottom. We'll see if that does, in fact, give him the matchup against Old Chicken. It won't, as he's up here with Kaka. We've got Lone Druid walking all the way over bottom.
Lively now. Your admiral is on board.
So we'll see how this works out for both sides, how these matchups go on. We've got Faith Beyond solo up against Old Chicken as well as Dark. And this is what I'm going to wonder. With no ward here, we'll have to see if Elder Titan's going to stack this camp. Because usually what you do is you let the creep equilibrium come down to about here. And then you use the spirit, throw it on the creeps and the hero, throw it back here, and then bring it back to you. And if you get maybe like 1 or 2 stacks in this camp right here, you can do a lot of damage early as the Elder Titan. So I'm definitely interested to see if this is going to be stacked at all. Right now you've got the Hellbear stack right now, or the Hellbear camp at the moment. But we'll have to see how that ends up going. We take a look over towards mid. ASD up against Yi here with the Pugna. And Pugna already doing a really good job over mid at 5-0 and doing a lot of damage to ASD to the point where he's down to 1 chair, tango, and a salve. So he does have to be very careful. And now Ego over bottom. I was getting to that lane. Will end up getting the kill onto Old 11 with the help of the Kunkka as well as the Lion. They go Torrent with the Earth Spike. And we could definitely see this happen again if Old 11's not careful. They actually don't even stack here. They just go for the... Well, they get creeps here. There's no stack. The Hellbear is already dead. I think maybe they did get the stack. The Centaurs weren't there just a moment ago, and I believe these creeps had stuck by, so... I believe they did get the stack, but the problem is now they don't even have this camp. They just have the big Centaur. So that's not going to help Dark when looking for at least a couple of creeps here. So they really do want to stack this. Take a look over mid for a moment. The Nether Blast comes through. They need a rotation. E going all the way in on this on ASD. One more shot will get the kill, and Nether Blast is going to be enough. The Torrent comes through, stops this salve right now on E.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
And Magnus will TP back. They've got the X, but not nearly in range. Meanwhile, over top, Faith Beyond slept up. Dark gets the kill. He'd like to come over and finish off this camp. or just pull it so he can finish off the Centaur and then have a clean camp to work with. Kunkka coming over, oh no. He's looking for the last hit. Throws the axe, and now the Spirit will be placed by Dark. He's hitting for 75 right now. We'll see who he wants to go after. Faith Beyond might be the target, but he's already getting low. The time dilation will slow these heroes out, so they won't be able to hit on Dark and chase him, and the turn will come out of Faith Beyond. The time walk forward. Oof. One bash. Doing that much damage. Boy, oh boy. ASD getting hit up pretty hard. 3 into the Nether Blast, 2 into the Decrepify. And ASD just being bullied in this lane right now. However, he does have 21 last hits, so it's not the worst lane ever. It could realistically be worse as Dark kills himself to the tower, full health, full mana. He'll be back in 7. So things overall, not awful for this Magnus, who is going to hit 6 soon. Goes to the 3-2 build, not the 1-3-1 that I was talking about earlier, but he needed that shockwave to get last hit, so I'm not too surprised. He wasn't really relying on the Empower as much because staying close to the lane made things really hard for him with Pugna constantly throwing out the Nether Blast, especially now that it's level 3. With the Decrepify level 2, he went 3-2 as well. It just becomes so hard for the Magnus to stay in lane. Earth Spike, Torrent on Old 11. They've got Metamorphosis with the Hex. They'll look for the Snowball, the pull-in on the Old 11, but they've got X marks the spot, so it doesn't last long enough. And they'll get the kill on the Lone Druid regardless. EHOME getting themselves another kill on the LD. So actually, Kaka gets the stack. Well, I would love to see Elder Titan come bottom and maybe change it up a little bit. But look at this. He sends the Spirit so far away. Let's see how much Dark gets. Look at that. 72 damage this early into the game. That means he's hitting for 159. That's no joke. A couple of right clicks and Faith Beyond would be down to about half health. For right now, it's a 1,000 net worth lead here for Keen Gaming. On the back of E having a really good start into this lane. And now they'll look over for Jiang. On this Kunkka, you've got a couple of heroes nearby. Looking for the Torrent. Only lands onto the Bear as well as the Kaka Tusk. And they'll finally find that kill onto Jiang. But getting out of harm's way will be Ego. And Primal Split as well as Y coming in. Innocence making it easy for them to get the kill onto the Faceless Void. It's a pretty important kill too. This opens up the lane again for Faith Beyond, which is very crucial to getting him in the next couple of levels. Find a couple of items. He'll TP back. He wants more health, wants more mana, but he'll walk back to the lane, and already, just 8 minutes in, he's got himself 1,500 health.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Now, the problem becomes, can Keen find their opening to shut down the side of EHOME. I think with Chronosphere, they're dangerous. Without it, they become a problem. You know, they become a problem to themselves where they can't really initiate too well. Yes, they have the Stomp, and they're hoping to make that work, but if they don't land the Stomp, EHOME kind of have free reign here. The thing that they got going, too, without this Chronosphere is the fact that they do push relatively well. They've got the Nether Blast coming in from E, you know, quite often, and it's doing a lot. I mean, they've already got the Tier 1 tower down over bottom, the Tier 1's down over mid. Faith Beyond will be looking for a Blink Dagger, as will the Magnus, but until then, their form of initiation for EHOME is not really there. It's pick-off time for them without it, where they're looking for an X to maybe find a kill. Torrent coming through onto 11. They've got the X, and now ASD is here with RP if necessary, but they'll get the kill on the old 11 for the third time, and RP is unnecessary. However, with that kill, it looks like they're going to give up their top Tier 1, so all the Tier 1s will be down.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is about to take the top tower is gone. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Like a drunk sailor.
X on the Faith Beyond to hope to pick up this Arcane Rune. Unfortunately, he can't. Gets slept up beforehand, and now E is going to be able to pick it up, fill up his bottle with it. He's also finished off the Aether Lens. And they'll smoke. That was Chronosphere used for a Lion. So now Faith Beyond and Jiang are going to chase on the old chicken, but I don't know if this is the right plan as Pugna's coming over. They finally stop their charge. They realize they do need to make something happen on the Ego. ASD 4 into the Empower. You throw that on the Ego, and he does hit relatively hard, and they come on over. There's the shard's going to be placed. Not too well, but the Snowball follows it up. And there's the Life Drain. Ego getting low. Nice Earth Spike keeps the Terrorblade alive, but he doesn't have Sunder. So he cannot re-engage here. X. Boat. With the finger and the stun. A nice kill there on the E. Now the Snowball in relatively deep. The Torrent misses, but they've got the Hex. They'll look for the Sleep. There it is, missing. And now the X marks the spot comes through. There's the Earth Spike, and this is a very dead Kaka. So 7-4 EHOME. That was so well played by them to spread out, make sure that the Pugna couldn't do the most damage with the Nether Blast, the Finger, with the stun lined up with the Torrent and the Boat and the X. Everything there from EHOME is calculated enough to get the kill on the Pugna, and then they got the one for the Tusk after all their hard work was spent on the Pugna and Tusk committed too heavily. So putting that there, EHOME are able to make space for Ego and continue to farm. He's got the Yasha, and he's going SNY into the Blink. So I would assume SNY into the Blink means he's going Reflection minus cooldown. So he can use the Blink, the meta Blink Reflection to go into these fights. So coming over with the smoke is Kaka and Dark. Blink Dagger here for the Brewmaster. That's pretty quick for Faith Beyond, and he's such a reliable offlaner. And I know the difference in farm is pretty heavy right now between Terrorblade and the rest of his team, and then the rest of the team and the Keen Gaming squad, and that's what makes up the net worth difference. But EHOME. They are keeping it pretty close. And now, ooh, actually, you take a look over. They've got the RP that's going to land onto two of these heroes. The Metamorphosis and the Earth Spike. Again, put perfectly together by EHOME. Nicely done.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Radiant fortified their structures.
So you get 2 kills, you go into meta, you push the mid tier 1. Oh, nice blink and the skewer. That pulls back Old 11. Oh, the huge sleep coming in from Dark. That lines it up, but it's just not nearly enough damage. The Hex! The Hex! They're not going to be able to get the Chronosphere off. Now they've got the Cyclone. EHOME's trying to get away, and they will. That was amazing from Y. And now they'll finally find the Chronosphere. That does land on the Terrorblade from the nice shards that come through, but the Torrent still keeping Eagle alive. Oh, the bash! No! Oh, that was so close. That was absolutely so close. Y almost kept it alive. Wow, that was everything thrown to get that Terrorblade. And they almost didn't get it.
Fortification. Dire structures are fortified. In a storm.
That was so close. But now the tier 2 goes the way of Keen Gaming. And they're able to pull away a little bit. This is straight Lone Druid Radiance with the Midas on the Spirit Bear. ASD looked really good with that blink skewer. And I know that they did not win that fight, losing the Terrorblade there. But that cost a lot from Keen Gaming, and to be quite honest, if those moves are consistent from the Magnus, we're going to see EHOME doing pretty well. He's got himself right now the Aether Lens going into the Yule Scepter. And then 3 Wraith Bands for the Faceless Void. Battle Fury first, afterwards for Old Chicken from this Mask of Madness. And that's what's going to help him get kills in the Chronosphere. Almost didn't get it earlier. And Jiang coming through with Faith Beyond, looking for the Torrent inside the trees. Kaka able to avoid it.
Radiant are scanning for enemies. They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
A lot of these heroes clumped up for the side of EHOME over top.
Radiant's top tower.
Blink Dagger next here for Terrorblade. He has finished off the SNY. Blink Dagger is ready for the Brew, ready for the Magnus. Terrorblade next. X, as well as the Torrent, will be coming out for Jiang. And then, of course, the Finger, which gets stronger and stronger if he's able to get kills with it, or kills close to it. Chronosphere again onto the Lion. Should be an easy kill with the Mask of Madness. It will be. But then they trade Kaka over top, and this doesn't cost them too much. And that was a kill on the Kunkka, excuse me.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And that was a finger kill for the Lion top. Did my eyes just deceive me? No, I was talking about Kunkka. What am I thinking about? I just remembered what I said. The Kunkka was bottom with X and the Torrent and the Void came in. My brain's deceiving me. That's that 6 a.m. where am I? I've fallen and I can't get up kind of mindset right there. Ego has enough for the Blink Dagger. He's still level 12. He will buy out on it going into the BKB next. I was wondering if he would get the gold and maybe contemplate going straight Blink. But now you've got the Radiance here for the Lone Druid. And it's ready on the bear. Is this a smoke happening? It should be.
Welcome back. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There it is. In a Roche for a moment. Shards placed on the high ground. There's the Blink. Thunderclap, Cinderbrew, all in the dark. They'll get the easy kill. Meta's going to be popped early from Ego. The Nether Ward taken out. Meta committed. And with the Empower, they could go to Roche.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Chronosphere available. They need to be careful on this one. The shards don't lock them in, but they've got the sweep. The Earth Splitter comes through, and Ego's already going to be dead. The boat locks in with the Chronosphere onto a couple. They've also got the Snowball. Earth Spike follows through from the Lion, but Old Chicken trying to harass Y. He's on the run. He's got the Urn on top. Jiang already dead. That's going to be 3 gone on EHOME, and the Roche going towards Keen Gaming. So 3 kills there for Keen Gaming. Despite being ready with the Blink Dagger, they had taken out the Elder Titan earlier and tried to go for that Roche. Maybe a little bit too ambitious. And they do pay the ultimate price, and Ego losing so much life so quickly. To the point, the Earth Splitter was there, and they instantly got the kill. The Time Walk with the Chronosphere was just icing on the cake. So 7,000 net worth lead all of a sudden for Keen Gaming. As you've got Lone Druid continuing to just farm up well with this bear and the Radiance Midas. And then Faceless Void has this Battle Fury as well as the Mask of Madness. And with the Aegis on top, he'll be getting this BKB soon enough. The smoke comes out. They want to play their advantage. A lot of these heroes on the Dire side just 8,000, 7,000 net worth. Like the Mag and the Brew seemingly have taken a hit in terms of their net worth to help the Terrorblade find some farm. And that's a big problem when you don't have a supporting cast. And now ASD avoids the sleep and is actually able to avoid getting killed altogether with the nice 4-staff blink out. So Magnus staying alive is pretty important, quite honest. I want to be able to throw the Empower onto the Terrorblade, especially if you're about to get into a fight. But he's going for the BKB. That's desperately needed if EHOME are going to find a way into a fight against Keen Gaming. Keen Gaming, they're ready to go. They've got the Chronosphere ready. BKB is about to be picked up on Old Chicken. AC next here for the Lone Druid. They're ready to fight now. And all that, and I haven't really said that the Pugnus got himself the Yule's Aether Lens in the first level of Dagon. We'll see if he goes Blink before the other levels. X on Akaka. And, oh, nice Chronosphere from Old Chicken with the Earth Splitter. The boat comes in. And the question is the rum enough to keep this TB alive? It won't be. He goes down in the top lane to ASD, but they lose this Terrorblade once again. So they kill the Terrorblade, they lose the Pugna, which is a nice kill for EHOME, but losing the Terrorblade again is a big problem. He desperately needs that BKB.
Regeneration. Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
EHOME lose their bottom tier 2, and that's it. Outer towers are gone. EHOME have nothing else to lose except for the base. That could potentially be a big problem. A nice 300 gold bump there for Terrorblade as he really wants to get closer to this BKB. He's not too far from it. We'll see if the BKB makes much of a difference. Brewmaster also going for a BKB, as is the Magnus. So if the timings are good, and they can get these BKBs on these 3 cores, maybe EHOME have a chance of turning it.
Time is money.
Ten-second BKB ready for Old Chicken as they'll be ready to smoke. Coming in with 4 heroes, Dark ready to go with the help of Kaka and others. They'll wrap around, and actually E is coming over. X marks the spot. Jiang going to the high ground, spots the Pugna, hit with the Decrepify. So King Gaming should have an easy kill as they'll find the Stomp, the Netherward laid down. There's the Decrep, Dagon. I don't know what you're trying to cast, but that's a problem. And now the Chronosphere is out onto the Terrorblade. The Bash is coming through. The Earth Splitter will follow it up, but it's not going to matter. Old Chicken's already got the kill with the Walrus Punch coming out from Kaka. And now they'll look over at ASD. And the RP is nice, but it's an RP basically to stay alive. That's not an RP to find a kill, and your Brew isn't making it out regardless.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this day.
Oh, could be wrong. I'll happily be wrong. He gets that blink off in time. Didn't look like he'd be able to get out. But he does.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Blink Dagger here for Innocence. They're ready to go high ground. They've got the double damage for just a split second more. But AC finished off for the Lone Druid, and of course this bear is rocking and rolling. They'll go for the tier 3, and they got to rely on this Terrorblade. He does have Metamorphosis and will immediately pop it. They'll look to try and kill this bear. Old Chicken doesn't have Chronosphere. They don't have RP for EHOME either. They'll try to find something, but the Netherward on the low ground really stops them from committing on to this. And there's the Skewer. No. BKB pop by Old Chicken. Blink. Or spike into nothing. And that's it. They'll take the tier 3 and back off on the side of Keen Gaming.
Shrine is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
It's very difficult to see an answer for EHOME at the moment. As the sweep comes through onto the Brew, has Brew split in a moment. Chronosphere just on the edge hitting the Kunkka. Brewmaster dead, immediately buying back. The look to kill the bear. X pulls him back. They've got the Torrent focusing all their resources on the bear. That puts the sweep on the Brew, who, by the way, just bought back. So the boat comes in, the blink forward from Ego with the BKB pop. Looks over at Old 11, as well as Kaka, who's come in quite deep. Will finally kill the bear, but is that worth it? Now you no longer have the BKB. Old Chicken invades your base. He's got BKB. The bash on the Y. One more shot, cleans him up. And that's it. I don't really think King Gaming have a care in the world at the moment.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Turn into a 13,000 net worth lead.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
With EHOME unable to find an answer in the melee racks mid is gone, and the shrine over top is gone with the shrine bottom. So no way to make it close to Roche, which is up and ready. If EHOME can find a fight, find an Aegis, they can bring the game back. There's the Blink Earth Spike as well as the Hex. Now the Snowball gets the save. The Chronosphere comes out from Old Chicken. He's hitting away at this terribly. The boat comes through. Ego trying to survive. Finds the Sunder. Nice RP onto a couple to get the finger off to kill off Dark. And now the Torrent lands on top of that. But they lose Jiang. They lose Ego. And this is starting to fall apart for EHOME as King Gaming are looking for the rebuttal. They get the kill onto Faith Beyond. 3 heroes dead on EHOME, 2 of which don't have buyback. And Keen Gaming come out the victors there, and GG is called by EHOME. Game 1 going to Keen Gaming. So nicely done there by Keen Gaming to take the first one. Overwhelming EHOME, just completely. They were unable to make anything happen, and it looked good for a second, but overall the lanes were being won all over by Keen Gaming, and 7-1 for the Void, 3-3 for Old 11, but he still had 11,000 hero damage. 5-3-6, 16,755 hero damage, top on the team with Old Chicken landing those Chronospheres, and Keen Gaming get away with winning Game 1 quite handily. And this is after they GG'd out of an ESL qualifier game, or open qualifier, best of 3, where it was Game 3. They could have tried to go for the ESL win, qualify for that, close qualifier, and then continue here. But I don't know what the story was, but they GG'd out to commit to this, and we'll see if it pays off. Winner of this goes on to face Team Root, which is a hard challenge to overcome, but King Gaming could have a chance to qualify for the Bucharest minor. Excuse me, they're a minor this time. So we'll see what they're able to do. I'm your caster Bkop at Bkop92 on Twitter. Follow me to know when I'm casting. 6:30 a.m. still going strong. Another best of 3 after this one. It's 1-0 King Gaming. We'll be back in a moment. See you soon.